Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I think alhamdulillah for the first part of the session, I myself gained quite a lot of information. Always remember when we talk about Islam, it's not just about salah and fasting, right? It's all about anything, any acts that will lead us, inshallah, to improve our acts of worship. It is beneficial to us, inshallah. So let's continue with the next talk, the rest of the topics that you wish to discuss. How long do you have? How many things that you have?
Mostly the food and the training, I think.
Okay, so do ask less questions for now. Yeah. I'm just talking about is you know. Okay. Come brothers, Charlie and Bilal.
What are you guys doing? The Sunnah
Jadi tahajud. No, this is pre-tahajud.
Pre-tahajud. Warming up the vocals.
Can you see outside the outside the imam's room? That's the imam's room. Are there some chairs just temporarily borrow?
I don't have
Is there no more chairs behind?
Yeah, I think so.
No? Nothing. Okay. Come, let's start, inshallah.
Okay, so continuing on from before, we have to be very careful these days because things have been made so easy for us, not like they were
Brothers.
Not like they were back in the days at the time of the Sahaba and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now we can order food. We don't even have to leave our houses to be able to get the food. We can order whatever we want. Such a big variety. And this is not the sunnah. It's not the ways of the Sahaba to be able to just sit at home, not do anything, order whatever you want. And for example, we've got a hadith narrated by Ibn Umar. He said, "A believer eats So that the Prophet ﷺ said, a believer eats in one intestine, so it's satisfied with a little food, and a kafir, a disbeliever, or a hypocrite eats in 7 intestines. So eats too much. So we have to be very careful. We don't want to fall into those groups of being a kafir or being a hypocrite. So that's some of the worst groups in Islam.
Yeah, I was going to say gluttony. People forget gluttony is a major sin. Stan, correct me if I'm wrong. Is gluttony a major sin? Or a big sin?
It's big sin.
Big sin, sorry. Let me rephrase it. So overeating, overindulgence in anything, including food, is a
Just one more.
So unfortunately, as Muslims, one thing that I like to add, say as well is that we don't have a lot to do in life. We can't drink, we can't womanize, we can't do any of the other things that the mushrikeen do. But one thing we can do is eat food and eat nice food. So we tend to overindulge in that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Can I add a little bit?
Yes.
This is in Surah number 7, verse number 31. In the middle part, Wakulu washrabu wala tusrifu, which means eat and drink, but do not waste by extravagance. It's in the Quran, right? 7, verse number 31.
So now we'll go through some of the examples of fitness in Islam. So of course we have the salah, as we've talked about. Very good. You're getting down onto the floor multiple times throughout the day. If you're doing that every day for the rest of your life, you're going to be very far ahead of someone who's not doing that in your later stages of your life.
Sorry, can I stop you for a while? For those who just came, we are talking about health and nutrition in Islam, and how to keep fit. And these brothers, they are the fitness guru, right? And inshallah, they're able to provide us with more info. If you have any questions, please keep to the end, inshallah, and we can continue with our talk. Jazakallah khair.
So also what we haven't touched on is when we go into sujood in our salah, it increases the blood flow to the head because our heart is higher than our heads, which is very good these days. They've realized that it can prevent Alzheimer's, and very good for us.
Also, to add to that as well, science says that the actions of salah actually help prevent arthritis as well. Just the movements. Because if you think about it, a lot of the movements are in the stretching kind of routines. They do similar movements as well.
Yeah, so it's very good stretching and physical acts, like having to get up off the floor, get down to the floor, is working your muscles as well, strengthening them, keeping them strong. Also, other acts that we do is just sitting on the floor. You know, in the mosque, it's just floor. There's not a lot of chairs unless you need them. But if you're to go to like a church, or I haven't been to a synagogue, but maybe it's the same. But there's just rows of chairs everywhere. It's big rows. Everyone sits down. But in Islam, in the prayer areas, you just sit on the floor, and getting down onto the floor, you go into these natural stretches, which keeps your body flexible throughout your life, which is very good. Yeah, very supple. Also, things not really to do with Islam, but in a lot of Eastern countries, they squat when they're using the toilet, which keeps you flexible, keeps you able to get down into that squatting position. If you're doing it from when you're a child up until later stages of your life, you're going to be a lot more flexible. If you
Helps with hemorrhoids too.
Yeah, helps with a lot of things. It's not.
So at the airports in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, I think you can choose, right, the toilet. You can choose a squatting toilet, and you can choose a sitting toilet.
Yeah.
Yes, you have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd be there as well. Same Pakistan.
Say no choice.
Yeah.
I would choose
Squat today.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no.
Okay, let's continue, inshallah, before any questions later.
Yeah. So in the East and in the Islamic countries, they're definitely a lot better at squatting than us in the West. It might not sound important, but it keeps your ankles, your knees, your hips, everything more flexible, and all of that. The body is like a chain, right? So if one thing's off, everything else can be affected by it. If your ankle's bad, it could transfer up the body, and your back could be bad, your shoulder could be bad, and you don't know why. So yeah, it's important to have all of your joints functioning as they should and going through their full range of motions on a daily basis. That's how you keep it in your old age.
Okay, so also just to add, go into fasting and how it benefits Muslims in the past, and many complain of long warm days of fasting sometimes when it is fair warm, which isn't often, unfortunately. But historically, Muslims not only managed to incorporate prayer and ibadah, which some of the brothers were mentioning before during this month, but also remained productive and active members of their society. They were still working, they were still praying, making ibadah, but also because remember, fasting actually increases our energy. It doesn't decrease it. A lot of brothers who say it decreases it, actually increases it.
Can you repeat again?
It increases our energy, not decreases our energy. And this is backed up by science. This is actually backed up by science. And the productivity and kind of regenerates the brain, as you were saying, improving our concentration and focus. For example, during the time of the Prophet, some major battles were fought and won in Ramadan. It was, the scorching hot desert. The conditions during the day weren't easy to go by any standards. And the Battle of Badr, where Muslims even gained the victory as well. So it might be an extreme example, but it illustrates that it is possible to stay active and productive during the day all the month of Ramadan, even during really hot weather. And exercise or training, or even an exam, shouldn't be too difficult for anyone.
No, it shouldn't. It will not be difficult.
Yes.
So the brothers who are taking exams, remember Thursdays and Mondays are fasting days, inshallah. Yeah.
Last one, some interesting facts about halal meat. So obviously Muslims, we only eat halal meat, but HMC. Yeah, HMC inshallah. But some of the benefits to that is if the animals when they're killed, they're going through suffering, it can release bad hormones, anxiety, depression, all that stuff into the blood, right? So then when they're not killed in a halal way and the blood isn't drained, you're ingesting all of those bad hormones into your body. But when in Islam, the animal's supposed to be, comfortable. It's not supposed to see the blades. It's supposed to be killed in one swift action. The blood's supposed to be drained. So we're not getting all of those bad hormones into our body, inshallah, when we're eating halal meat. So that's a very good advantage of eating halal meat. Yeah.
Would you like to start off with sahur? Yeah, sure. Should we do, so for example, a good sahur plan for, I think, for during Ramadan, I think a great thing to add into your diet, and a lot of people don't know, it's eggs. A lot of people, eggs, eggs, any type of egg. What's the difference between fried egg and a scrambled egg?
I know.
Yeah.
Scrambled eggs, yolk.
Is what happens to the yolk.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of difference. What's the difference between a fried egg and a scrambled egg?
One's fried, one's scrambled.
Good answer.
That's a good answer.
Good answer. The yolk is.
There's nothing different about it. That's the
I
thing.
know.
Because what do you put into the pan to make the scrambled egg?
I know.
Oil.
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 So what do you put in the pan to make the fried egg?
Oil.
Oil and butter. So
Yeah.
it's both fried
So
technically.
the best way to eat egg, I know is boiled it.
Boiling's good.
Boiled egg is
There's
best.
less
I can
oil.
mix a boiled egg with vegetable like salad and thing and eat it just like
Yeah,
that. But the one with the oil now, it's sending bad message to your body.
Message. Yeah. You can use a little bit of oil, but we stay away from vegetable oils. You use something like a little bit of coconut oil is better because it burns at a different rate. So yeah, sometimes it's okay. Or even butter is better, but you use a small amount, or you get the 1 calorie space. But be careful, some of them have alcohol.
So what happened to the vegetable oil?
Vegetable oil is very bad.
Bad.
Stay away from it. Processed.
They say vegetable, so.
A lot of things say a lot of things, but if we followed everything it said, we would be very safe, wouldn't we?
True.
Just one.
saying vegetable oils bad.
Yes.
So what should we have instead?
So
Butter.
Olive oil.
no, olive oil is better for frying, but even better than that is coconut oil. But you just want a small amount.
Coconut oil.
You don't need to use like a big spoon or tablespoon. But yeah, so basically, let's go back to what my main thing was. The difference between a scrambled egg and a fried egg is not a lot of difference. It's how you cook it. But the way we cook it is exactly the same most of the time. It's just the way you prepare the egg. That's the difference. So you're technically frying it, but if you're frying it, you need to use the correct kind of oil. So eggs are a great source of protein, but also vitamin D. Does anyone know what vitamin D is?
Yeah.
What is vitamin D?
It's good for bones, like.
Correct. But is it a vitamin?
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
No, vitamin D is actually a hormone, and it contributes to a lot of people's mood. Why is everyone laughing?
What's the vitamin?
That's
Like Jimmy, I never understood it.
I think we should go back to this. We'll get back to the more in-depth questions later.
What about the milk that comes from bees?
So, sorry,
Milk
Buffalo?
that comes from bees. Bee milk.
Buffalo?
Bee milk.
Bee milk. Do you know?
It's not the honey, it's the other thing.
So you're talking about
Milk.
yeah.
It's called.
Yeah. So they feed the queen.
It's good for it. I think there's a specific name in science. It's not called bee milk. There's an actual word for it. But why are we talking about this?
Do you know any benefits of that?
Yeah.
be buffalo milk.
Okay. Let's go back to what we're talking about, please.
Okay, shall we have less questions, inshallah?
Yeah,
So that we
please.
finish first, then
Let's keep those to the end because
The
I
end,
can't
sure.
finish what I'm saying.
finish at the end. Sure.
How about after we fast? I mean, while fasting, we are feeling so fit.
Yeah.
But after we break, after we eat our, we become no energy at all. How do you explain about it?
Eat too much.
You're eating too much, or you're eating the wrong foods. So if you only put in a small amount of your body,
The wrong food is in the iftar or in the sahur.
yeah.
I mean, we break the fast only with water and dates, but after that we feel like very, very, very low.
So it's almost like you're crashing because you're putting in something into your body very quickly, you're eating it very quickly, and it tries to break it down. So when you do that, your body feels lethargic. So the more you put into it, remember, you use energy to digest food. So the more energy it takes, the more you feel tired and lethargic. So this is why it's better to eat smaller portions. Even generally, to lose weight, it's better to, rather than calculate all of this calorie and macronutrients. Most people don't have time for that, especially if you have a busy life or busy schedule. The best way to do so is literally genuinely eating, cutting food portions down. It's eating smaller amounts. It's smarter.
That's how we chunk our meal after iftar, like twice or 3 times every night.
You want so for example,
Okay, hold on. Can you hold the question until the end, inshallah?
Yeah.
You answer. Yeah. Continue, please.
Okay, bismillah. So, for example, a good idea for a breakfast for suhoor is something quite high in protein. So it takes slightly longer to break down. So you're going to feel a bit fuller for longer. So eggs, for example, avocados, rich in healthy fatty acid, EFAs, dates again. Dates are great at all time of the day. And even some bread. A lot of people are like, oh my day, you said bread. No, bread is good for you within certain limits. Obviously, you want the whole grain. You want the whole grain of the bread, or you want some rye bread. You want as naturally possible bread as you can. Because a lot of people don't realize this, but when you buy brown bread itself is actually just technically dyed white bread. So yeah, that's, I think, a decent example for suhoor. And obviously something else you can have is oats as well. It's a slow release carbohydrate, so you'll be releasing energy throughout the day very slowly. So you know, you can add a little bit of natural peanut butter to it, a little scoop of protein. Even milk. Milk is fine, again, within limits. And if you can get, you know, the natural milk, even better. And water. Everyone forgets water. I think water should be, generally speaking, you should be having 2 to 3 liters anyways. But especially when you're fasting, make sure you're fueled with water. Okay, so what you like to do the iftar? Oh, wait, sorry. All right, bismillah. So iftar, what does everyone have for iftar? This is a question now. What do you have?
Except your household.
Dates and water.
Alhamdulillah. You just stitch me up.
The samosa, curry.
Come on, find a gear.
What does usually most people have for iftar? No, most people. Food. What type of food? Rice,
fried food,
a lot of people have fried food. So a lot of people actually in Ramadan, it's a common, if you work in a hospital, you see a lot of Muslims in Ramadan in hospital with gastric issues because they're eating a lot of fried food. And when you mix fried food with acid on your empty belly, especially for some people, you're asking for an issue. You're asking for trouble, 100%.
Trouble.
You can't digest it. I know you brothers out there who love the samosas and the sambusas and the parathas and all of that. It's not a good idea to have that on an empty stomach. Open it how you're supposed to through the sunnah, and then move to like a healthy source of, I would say, carbohydrates, so you get more energy. Because at the end of the day, you've got to go pray your maghrib and then your isha and your tarawih. So what's a good source of carbohydrates? Does anyone know?
Bread. Rice.
What type of rice? Your bread is from. What type of rice?
Whole grain bread.
Thai fried rice. Thai rice.
Brown rice is
Brown
good.
rice is good.
Brown
But then basmati rice is also good because it's long grain, so it has a slow release.
So racist, no?
The slow release is what we want, especially in Ramadan.
I think it's so racist.
Oh, it's
So racist.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Because we eat all this
Short grain.
Thai.
Oh,
You have long grain.
You guys, is that okay? Never mind. I'll ask later.
So and it releases energy at a slower rate, and it avoids any like bad crashes that people have. You find that all of a sudden you've got a bit of energy, but after a while you just crash, or you don't even feel like going to pray, or you're just feeling heavy. And then you want a light protein. You know, a lot of people will have like, you know, a lot of lamb, a lot of mutton, a lot of beef. Go for something lighter, fish, chicken. It's easy to digest. Vegetables, you know, your broccoli, your asparagus, your greens, very important. I don't think I know any Muslims who have any greens during Ramadan.
No, we do.
You do, yeah?
Of course.
Broccoli, asparagus, green beans. And then, so for example, oh yeah, sorry. And then dessert. Most Muslims have dessert every single day in Ramadan as well. You might not have dessert every other day, but in Ramadan, for some reason, every single person, you feel like, oh, I'm just eating this nice meal. I need some dessert. I need some baklava. I need some, I don't know. This guy likes gulab jamun. You can tell. But yeah, so have something, like some Greek yogurt with a bit of honey. All of this stuff will help you. We'll get rid of that, hopefully, inshallah, anyways, that sweet tooth. And worst case scenario, have a Coke Zero. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that anymore. This guy, he just gave me the look, this guy.
Or just have Coke.
Nah, say what?
Just have the zero.
His number after. Your Coke. Coke Zero. Oh, this guy.
But we can't have Coke because they support Israel.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know.
That's how I was telling him.
Yeah.
Just get Tango.
Any ideas for healthy snacks?
Israeli.
Healthy snacks that we can have is something like some nuts. Really healthy. Have to be careful though because nuts they have a lot of fats in them.
Yes.
And healthy fats are good for the body, but if you have too many fats, you've got to be careful because fats have a lot of calories. Right, so proteins and carbohydrates they have 4 calories per gram, but fats have 9 calories per gram. So we have to be careful not to have too many oils and stuff like that. Just have the healthy ones that we need to keep our body functioning and not have too many fats because that way we can keep our calories lower and not end up gaining weight in Ramadan like a lot of people do.
Berries. Berries are a great way to have a snack on. You'll have 200 calories is a bowl full of berries. Even popcorn, like now we're saying.
Anything that's got low calories basically is a good snack because it'll fill you up a little bit, but it's not going to be a lot of calories, right? Because losing weight all comes down to your total calories at the end of the day, right? So keeping them down is the main thing that's going to help you lose weight.
Any questions?
Now questions?
Yeah, inshallah.
Okay, I got 2.
Obviously.
People say the cereals are good for your. Cereals are good for your for sahur. Is it true? Cereals?
Cereals are good for you?
Sahur.
No.
It's not.
Most cereals are full of sugar.
Okay.
No, it's not good. You guys not the proper one. He's not talking about normal cereal. He's talking about the grains.
The posh one.
Yeah,
The posh one.
Yeah.
They can be if they're mixed with oats and things like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. And then next one. The difference between basmati rice and Thai rice, is it difference in quality?
Quality, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which is
basmati
better?
Basmati rice.
Yeah,
Apart
so-
from brown rice. Oh, I said brown rice.
Short grain rice.
Why is it better?
Basmati rice is a slow releasing carbohydrate, and its glycemic index is low as well.
I see.
So it keeps you full for longer and gives you energy more like over a sustained period.
This doesn't match with our food. Yes.
So, what happens to ripe banana? Because what I really noticed is Somali them when they're gonna have fasting, they always bring in ripe banana with them food.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the rice and the meat and the ripe banana, let's deal and everybody next to
Yeah.
So I would like to know what the ripe banana do to them body.
Right.
Because they say the ripe banana is good when them do fasting.
Ripe
Versus
banana,
them eating
not
high
rice.
food. They say the ripe banana break down the
So
intestine.
the green banana is more starchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then a ripe banana, I think, has its own properties. I can't remember off the top of my head. But a green banana is more starchy
It's more better to eat.
which is better.
Yeah.
to an extent. Ripe banana, I think, has more natural sugars. So they probably just like the taste.
Yeah, definitely.
Starch good for our body. We can't break down. Our body can't break down starch.
It's difficult for the body to break down to some extent.
Okay.
Sorry, your question is, can you repeat again?
Regarding the low energy after the iftar, even if we only have some water and dates. So what's phenomenal is that?
So after the iftar, after you have water
Yes,
and
after
dates,
this, so we feel like very slow.
do you usually eat anything else after that?
The mistake is when in the sahur or iftar in the iftar.
So tell me what you normally eat so I can tell you.
I see.
Yeah. So
Okay. Almost rice. I mean
100%.
70% rice, and also the rest is vegetable and protein.
yeah. And then is that why you feel your energy's low?
That was his question.
That's why.
Why?
Oh, why?
Why does he feel lethargic right off the top?
Too much carbohydrates. Have you ever heard of something called carb coma or the itis? No, so
it's not because what I have in it for. So
it could be eating too much.
Yeah,
Your body's struggling to break it down.
Just less rice.
Yeah.
If you have if it's 70% rice, maybe cut down the rice by like 20%, 30%.
30.
Oh,
Yeah.
difficult.
Just cut down the rice a bit. Because your body can get tired maybe from having to
Yeah, I think
digest
so.
all that rice, and you have like a spike in insulin after you have that much carbohydrates, and then it goes down after, right? After all the sugars and stuff, your blood sugar goes down.
But that's the problem with our culture, no? We eat a lot of rice. Actually, I know it's very bad for your health. That's why a lot of people have diabetes and all these kind of things in Indonesia, right? So we do need to reduce it. And a lot of people, they don't realize that, like what you said, oats, and it's very good. It's slow releasing energy, and it's very good for to last the whole day, especially in summer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Whereas
By
rice.
the way, if the rice only 20%, so what's the rice?
Keep
Keep the vegetables and keep the meat.
Yeah,
It's fine.
so just lower the rice
Vegetable,
down.
how many percent of vegetable and protein? How many percent?
So up the level of protein, maybe to 40%, 30-40%.
40% protein.
Take the vegetables to another 30%, and you got 30% rice. That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
You, that's the you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened to the vegetable when you steam the fish, yeah? And you get the vegetable
So you do some properties.
like you get the vegetable like salad, lettuce, and cucumber, and cut it up fine and eat it with the steamed fish. I feel that you will live more longer because you don't have the oil going to your body.
Say that last part again. You
I
don't.
feel you will live a little
Yeah,
longer because the oil not passing through your body.
Yeah, that's true.
This fish is steamed, yeah? Or you can grill it too if you want.
That's the best way to eat it. So if you're steaming it or grilling it, 100%. You don't have to add a lot of oil. You don't have to add a lot of this and that to it.
Yeah,
100%. You can add some flavoring, some spices. You're good.
some vegetable
Yeah,
meat and you're gonna
That's it. And steaming with vegetables, you don't have to. The best actual way to eat vegetables or fruits is eat them raw.
No.
But obviously you have to remove the pesticides.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, cut it up, steam it like
I think
wash the
it's,
salad and cut it up, steam it with the cucumber and everything and prepare it in that, you know.
You know, Bilal was a chef, no?
Was you? Was you a chef? Yeah.
I still a chef.
Still have to serve it. Still have to
Yeah,
serve it.
alhamdulillah.
Still a chef.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Almi?
I was gonna say, when you go gym and you want to make the intention of
Intention again.
Having friendships.
yeah, I'm saying the intention is not hard to say that okay, this I want to do it for strength, I want to do it because I want to gain weight because of aesthetically, like how do you balance? For example, there's certain exercises which don't really make you stronger, but bulk you up.
Like what?
Like a bicep curl. I don't think that makes you stronger generally. Because you don't use this motion in real life a lot.
Yeah.
So how do you avoid this kind of no, just but like having the mentality of just being stronger rather than looking good?
You know what, bro?
Is that wrong? Saying that?
I'll be honest with you. I don't even think of that. I'm there to lift and I'm there to go home. In Ramadan, yeah, I'm not gonna two or three Ramadans in a row where I was pushing myself. I actually got stronger, and I didn't mean to. I just went there to push as hard as I can.
Go gym this day?
But at the moment,
Anytime you go gym.
when I used to go gym, it was because I wanted to go. That's it. I wanted to go because I was there. I was in the moment. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be fit. Now I go because I'm trying to help out the brothers. That's genuinely why I go.
I think it's like a good habit.
It's a good habit.
You're addicted to the gym in
get addicted
in a good way.
And it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Releases good hormones. You know,
Yeah.
you go there, you've had a long day, releases endorphins, you feel happier, you feel good at the end of the day. If you got any stress at home, you go to the gym,
Of
lift
course,
up something heavy, drop it back down. It's good.
Bilal, the three of us, alhamdulillah, are married.
Alhamdulillah.
They are not. That's the question.
Well, we're the only three married brothers I know then that haven't put on weight. Because everyone else, I'm telling you, if this guy gets married,
Yeah.
he's finished.
Yeah.
We're never seeing him in the gym again.
Are you happy with the answer?
Yeah, exactly. I think we should be more
So-
personal, depends on the person. If you're like doing it and then you're posting on social media.
But then that's
when
your
you
intention, isn't it?
start-
Yeah, the
Bro,
intention.
if you're going there to take pictures saying, oh, Ramadan 36, day 36.
I don't want to be going to gym and saying that, look now I've got 6.
Yeah. Look, you can keep it up, but then that's your intention was flawed from the beginning. You're there for social media. If you're there for social media, it's not there for your deen or your religion or for yourself. You're not there to gain anything. You're there to gain followers.
I've seen the photo.
No,
He takes the one with the bum sticking out.
Any more questions? Do you guys any more things to present after this?
No, I believe
Is it done?
Yeah, that's fine.
Any more?
So what about ful? You know, the Egyptian beans, the fava beans.
Full is, yeah.
That's because the Egyptians, what my wife said when she was out there is that they have it nearly every day, and literally they have it all the way till about Maghrib. And these people are big, they're powerful, naturally strong, no gym, no workout, nothing. And I said, how do they survive? Like, she said, oh, just the beans, that's what they eat.
Beans are good.
But they're fava beans, aren't they?
Yeah.
And all they'll mix with it is a bit of onion, tomato, and then they'll get like khubz,
Yeah.
and mix it. That's about it, and that's all they have.
Beans are good, bro.
I think also the genetics. I know they're quite big.
No, I get that, but then
Yeah.
if you take like what's happened, do you know what I mean?
Whoa.
Like, do you know what I mean?
You have to black me.
He needs some weird gain.
They have dal, it's the same in Pakistan, they have dal.
Sorry, yeah.
People eat that every single day.
Brothers, any more things? Okay.
Just on that point,
Brothers, hold on.
yeah, so on that point, it's important that we don't just go to meats for our proteins. We can also get our proteins from beans, from dal, from lentils, from nuts, from dal, lentils.
He's married to Asian, aren't you?
Yeah, so we can get proteins from other things. So we should also look for that even from dairy as well.
So what about egg?
Eggs,
Yeah, eggs as well.
Hold
Yeah.
on. What type of egg? Not fried, right?
Fried is fine. What if you use a 1 cow spray?
What about boiled?
Boiled is even better.
There you go.
But there's nothing wrong with fried. It's the way you cook it. So this is what I asked if you were listening. You should.
I can get distracted.
Yeah, I can tell. No, it's fine. So it's how you cook something. If you use, if you're using the right oil, or if you've got a non-stick pan. You've seen the new pans nowadays.
Yeah,
You don't have to have any oil. You just move it around and it cooks.
But aren't those pans coated with a lot of the army tank coating?
So then what you can do is something even better. I like
It's they got cancer.
what's that type of egg called? Bilal, what is it called? You know the one that's cooked in water? Poached eggs.
Poached
I love
eggs.
poached eggs. It tastes like a fried egg to me, but cooked in water.
I just prefer boiled.
Well, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, brothers.
Yeah.
I think you had the previous question.
Yeah, so just 2 questions. Firstly is about workout. So like, for me personally, I don't really like to go to the gym, to be very honest with you. But I do like, after like educating myself, I do know that, maintaining fitness is important and stuff.
No.
But I want to just know like, what are any tips for like ways in actually doing any workouts and anything that we know from the Sunnah on how to actually, maintain fitness. We've heard that, the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam maintain his fitness, like the rest and stuff. But like, anything that we know other than that.
So wrestling.
Daily habits.
Other than sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like daily habits.
So
So for example, I
we-
do badminton.
Okay.
I cycle, but like I don't know if that's and like lately I've been just trying to do very simple push-ups and sit-ups, but like anything that you have in terms of that.
So we know from the Sunnah that the Prophet ﷺ was it swimming and archery, wasn't it? And horseback riding. So if you think about it, to be on a horse, you have to have a very strong core.
Yes.
So you need core exercise are very beneficial. Your planks, your squats, your body weight. If you can control your body weight, you can control a lot of things. It's not just about lifting up heavy things and putting them back down. It's also about controlling your own body. Most people can't even do a pull-up. You'd be surprised. Most people can't do a pull-up, can't pull up their own weight.
One pull-up.
So I think that it's very important that you can do that, and then once you've mastered your body weight, then you can start adding to it. You can do other things.
So how do you master your body weight?
Can you do a pull-up?
Not yet.
Yeah. There you go.
So pull-ups
So-
core exercise, yeah.
Push-ups. You know, you can do exactly core exercises, squats, just things you can do at home. You don't really need. Sometimes people think you have to go to the gym to be healthy. You do not have to go to the gym. There's different ways of being fit and being exercising. Daily stretching, for example. Not most people don't daily stretch. It's very important as you get older to be supple and.
They need to be enrolled in the army.
That's why
everybody.
My physiotherapist, he gave me some exercise that I didn't even know that was exercise. Like sitting on a chair. So what kind of food? If you sit down, stand up, so I'm going to sit down on the chair. I'm going to get up. I'm going to sit down on the chair. I said, give me some more, you know.
More challenging.
Yeah, some more better. Because I do that every day. But him says a good exercise.
So he gave you the sensomelia?
Yeah.
He gave you the sensomelia last?
No. Another one again, what he tell me to do when I learn, I must walk up my step and walk, come down back. I said, how much time I must do that? He said, at least, if we can get 100 times. Yeah? The other one again, I'm supposed to sit down on the back, yeah? And go right down back and use this and come back and touch my toe. I said, why you kill you want to kill him?
Just a follow-up question to that. So I know you mentioned during Ramadan, during fasting, you basically have more energy. From what I understand, more energy like mentally, but not necessarily physically.
Physically, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you maintain like workouts during Ramadan? Or
So this is where the mental energy comes in. If you have more mental energy, you can push yourself more physically. Because if you have a strong mentality, you'll be able to push yourself. So
theoretically,
so it's more like you have to be mentally stronger, which you've got more mental clarity, say.
Yeah.
So you've got to go and the first day or second day, first couple of days are the hardest. Because if you don't go, you're just not going to get into the routine of it. I'm not saying to the gym, it could be going to another room to do some push-ups.
So what's the lesson to be learned? Sunnah fast.
Sunnah.
You should do more sunnah fast.
But then shouldn't you do hijama?
Hijama is
You
very
can, yes.
important.
Yes.
The Prophet ﷺ said there's only healing from two things. And one for us is halal and the other is haram, isn't it? One is hijama and one is through
Fire.
Fire, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, the brother in the back, so he had a question for you too.
So, see, during Ramadan,
No.
so basically, I work in construction. It really gets hard sometimes.
I can imagine.
Like 10 hours. Is there any tips I can sustain, any food I can eat?
So for more energy, basically.
Yeah.
Brother, I would really recommend having as much slow-releasing carbohydrates as possible. Also, have more protein. Have protein that takes longer to digest. So I know the brother here suggested dal, but I would say go for like a beef kind of protein, something with more creatine in or something. It takes slightly longer to digest. So not together. Don't mix oats and beef together. It's not but something like some rice, some non-grain rice or brown rice even, and some kind of beef or lamb or something like that, and then have a bit of oats with some honey, just for suhoor, obviously separate. Don't mix them together. But it's just specific foods you need, bro.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, bro. But I'll be honest with you, some of it is mindset as well. Like you're gonna get hungry at some point. You've been working for 10 hours, bro. No amount of meal will be able to take you going for the full 10 hours, if you know what I mean as well.
Yeah.
Is chickpeas good for you?
Chickpeas are good.
Yeah, it's a good source of protein.
Yeah, lentils as well, right?
I don't like it. So.
Okay, Anas?
Yeah, I think Weetabix is good. It's on the better side of the cereals. It's more slower digesting, so it will give you energy for longer throughout the day.
Okay, I have a question about when you start your dinner or lunch. I know the best time is to take water before. And if you need more, then is the middle is okay and the end is okay to take more water.
So I think that's a big misconception. People think you can't sip water while you're drinking food. There's nothing wrong with that from what I've read in science. Correct me if I'm wrong. But and usually water in the morning is a good time to drink it on an empty stomach.
Yeah. And
So it helps clean the house.
lunchtime, dinner time, if you need, I think after your food, I think it's no good. It's okay to take it before to start your dinner.
You can have both. There's nothing wrong with having water. What if you're thirsty afterwards? You're going to refuse your body. No, because I think it's a big thing within Asians.
I think there's difference between a normal, I mean, a habit that Asians do and the scientific facts. And a lot of people, we have to be careful. Like, for example, Indonesians, they think that without rice, they cannot survive. Do you agree?
That's the point.
Yeah, but again, honestly, brothers, I myself changed when I come to this country. I eat all these, oats and cereals, and completely much better than rice. Much.
See, every Friday this guy posts pizza. It's like some teenage mutant ninja chef.
Yeah, I think, brothers, I think that the point that we come here today is to understand which is the myth, which is the scientific fact, inshallah. Right? And it's quite important to change, inshallah, because that's why we have the two gurus here to explain to us about the diet and the fitness, inshallah. Right?
Osama said it's Cheerios okay to have in the morning.
Oh, no. He doesn't know anything about that.
Elmi?
So let's say if I'm trying to, I'm not trying to change my weight, kind of, let's say I want to get heavier or
We do not want to get heavier.
you just want to put muscle, basically. So I'm not working on fat or making muscle. When I used to exercise, I'd always like to do a bit of running, just to get cardio done. Now, would running be good to do on a separate day from the rest of using strength exercises, or with the strength exercises, but before or after that?
Okay.
How do you mix the running?
Are you trying to put on weight, or are you trying to?
No, I'm just trying to turn muscle.
And he wants to reduce one part of his body.
My biceps.
It sounds like
I don't mind the weight, as in like the kilograms. I'm just trying to turn muscle, make more muscle mass, increase muscle mass. That's what I mean. However, I've heard that doing cardio doesn't really help with that because it will make you smaller, like reduce your muscle mass, right?
Yeah, of course. But you're going to caloric deficit, aren't you then?
Cardio is essential, isn't it? To get cardio like for your heart.
But do you have to run?
I have to run.
Do you have to run? Is that your chosen exercise? Could you not walk, or could you not do anything else, the rower, or?
I can walk, but it's just going to take longer, no? It's 1 hour running, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. But what my question is that you don't have to run. You can choose anything you want to do. You can play football if you want. But you have to be in a caloric surplus to put on size. Even if you want to put on muscle mass, you have to eat more than you burn. So if you're playing, I don't know, an hour of football and it burns, say, 400 calories, you have to eat more of that. Does it make sense? Do you want to add anything to that?
I'd say doing the cardio is not going to have too much impact, as long as you're still eating normally. The time to do it, I'd say, is better after, because if you do it before, it can make you more tired and affect your workout. So I'd say do it after. You can do it on the same day or on another day. It's up to you. Whatever you find works for you. Yeah, and you should still be able to gain muscle, even if you're doing cardio.
Before exercise, is it carbs?
Pizza.
So yeah, some carbs, slow digesting carbs would be best to give you energy throughout the workout.
I've got a question for Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie, out of the two, what's the lesser evil? Sugar or salt?
Sugar or salt, the lesser evil.
Well, sugar's
I
not.
don't know. They're both in high quantities. They're both bad. I'd say these days probably people have too much sugar. Probably. Maybe salt as well.
Sugar is supposed to be psychologically more addictive than cocaine. So sugar is probably a bit more evil. Whereas in a certain amount, salt can be beneficial. Stop cramping.
Is it true that you need a bit of salt, at least around your heart?
Yeah, your body needs salt.
Needs it.
Your body needs salt.
But it doesn't need sugar.
No, it doesn't need sugar. You can get sugar. Sugar is basically a form of carbohydrates. You can have other better forms of carbohydrates than just like refined ones that are in sugar.
So what would you say on a general day today? Sorry, last question. What would you say on a general day today, without the whole fasting and the whole being around Ramadan?
Yeah.
It's a general, like, average healthy breakfast to have, just as a standard get up. I want to have something to eat and go to work.
Just like some oats and some eggs, I'd say. That you're getting in your carbohydrates, your fats from the milk if you add it to the oats.
You guys have tried full, haven't you?
13.
I have,
You tried the full?
yeah.
Yes, nice.
I thought he was going to say food. I thought you said food.
No, no, it's full, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
I thought you said you've never tried food.
Yeah, so that's a good breakfast because you're getting in your carbohydrates, fats, your proteins, and it's gonna
What,
the oats and eggs, something like that. Yeah, it'll keep you full, and it's giving your body everything that it
And the
needs.
orange juice?
Orange juice got sugars in it, isn't it? So you
a lot of
wouldn't
sugar.
need it. I think just some water would be
But it's good
better.
for iron though, isn't it? Like the blood, I mean, the orange, right?
Iron, it's more high in vitamin C.
Don't tell me Guinness, because that's haram now.
Like when I'm running in the gym, like I'm feeling really bad, like like I'm feeling itchy, like I can't run, like pinch in my body, like whole body. It's too hard, like to run for me, I went to the doctors as well, but they didn't give me anything, like.
What did they say it was?
But
I don't want to listen to diagnose you.
yeah, like when I'm running in the gym, like I'm feeling itchy, in my whole body, like needles,
Pins and needles.
Yeah, really bad, like in my face, as well in my hairs, like.
Do you wake up and have low energy?
Yeah, like sometimes I'm feeling like in my eyes, like blackness, I can't see anything, like sometimes, not all the time,
How often do you do running in the gym?
Like how,
Like how many times a week do
like,
you do running?
every time, I'm going to gym like 5 times
Yeah,
or 4 times, like I'm running.
and you always feel
Yeah.
bad.
Do you feel dizzy normally?
But sometimes I'm feeling okay, but
Yeah.
Sometimes it just
Yeah.
comes up.
Could be to do with maybe look at like how much water you have or food on the days when it feels bad. Maybe your body's lacking water or something. You need to hydrate yourself more on those days when it's bad, and try and look at the differences in your days on the days when it's good and the days when it's bad, and maybe then you can find out what's causing you to have the bad days.
Pins and needles, food.
Okay, last 2 questions, inshallah. Any more?
I have a question.
Yes.
Only like brother, please explain before to be careful. Like usually when I'm buying food, anything like bread, is that enough to see just suitable for vegetarians to see it's halal, haram, something like that?
Okay, so I want to give a fatwa and I'm joking. Please.
Yeah, I mean, if it says vegan friendly, then I think it should definitely be halal because it will have no animal products inside it.
It depends. Some people they have alcohol.
Yeah,
So you need to check.
You know the 1 calorie spray, you assume
Yeah.
for vegetarians,
Yeah.
some of them contain alcohol.
Yeah,
So you have to be careful.
Sorry?
Even they have alcohol, I don't think so it's haram.
Well, the person's I won't take it. Yeah, I won't take it. The person's opinions. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
so I'd say just check the ingredients and see if there's anything.
Yeah.
That's not enough. Vegetarian is suitable for vegetarian is not enough.
No, not enough. Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, you can just type.
Why
Why-
vegetarian not enough?
No, because sometimes for example, you know the Christmas panettone,
Yes, yeah.
right? Is vegan, but it has alcohol inside. So be careful. Last question, Elmi. Last question.
What's
Precisely.
the best? Is chicken the best way to gain protein mass in the body?
Chicken is up there. I'd say eggs are probably up there as well. Because
But eggs is the cholesterol issue, isn't it?
But can I say something about eggs? I took a lot of eggs, and then the doctor suddenly said, "Oh, your high cholesterol is high."
yeah, but there's different types of cholesterol, isn't there?
No, but I especially take eggs.
Yeah.
I especially take eggs every day.
Take eggs.
Yes.
Yeah, eggs are amazing.
No.
Yeah, no.
Chef saying he's had-
Because of the eggs,
Yeah,
my
it's
cholesterol is
high.
high. Yes.
What, what type of cholesterols?
No.
What about Bangladesh rice?
The ones that
No, I'm talking about eggs first.
It's because you need to take out the yolk. If you're having too many eggs,
No,
take out the yolk.
I always include the yolk. I have 4 eggs there, I have 4
I love
yolks.
it. Yeah.
And because they're healthy, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
with them. Obviously, if you're having 8 a day or something, maybe. But 4 a day is fine.
One. That's it.
Only one.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
That's not that much.
Yeah.
You probably had your diet perfect, and then you just overate.
Ustad, I think you have a sweet tooth, sir.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's not like
it could have been something else.
one egg a day.
Sheikh was like, let me have an egg and a dessert.
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Any more, Elmi? What do you say?
Because I better have chicken every day because I don't use like
Brothers, we are finishing soon, inshallah. All right.
I will switch it up. I don't know about Charlie, but Charlie,
This brother,
he mentioned that
There's the last question.
you don't have to just have chicken. You can have chicken, beef, lamb, fish, dal,
Beans, chickpeas, lentils,
all of that.
dairy. You can get protein from many different things. So I'd say
But
just
in terms of red meat, you have it every day. It's not good, is it?
Okay, one very last question, inshallah.
probably not. Yeah. So mix it up. Have chicken, red meat. Mix it up, and then your body can get all of the different vitamins and minerals that are in those different types of proteins.
Okay, extremely last question. Yes. Sorry, Kazlan.
My GP told me you shouldn't be drinking water or tea. When you have dinner, at least 40 minutes, you should wait. That's right or not?
Do you know the issue with the GPs? Yeah, for the whole time they study their degree. They study one whole day on nutrition. It's not a lot, is it?
No.
So then I don't know. I've never heard of this before. You should wait 40 minutes. 40 minutes to have tea.
Yeah.
Why? Why did he say that?
If someone digestive problem,
No,
they
it's
have.
not.
So he could be saying because caffeine tolerance, something like that, it could make you, for example, get more bowel problems. If someone has digestive problems, that's what he's probably talking about. It could probably be your bowel could be on the run.
So why he mention water? Water is good, isn't it?
Water
You
is good.
shouldn't put water in it. You say water too. You tell him
Water,
say
energy drinks.
Energy drinks.
Yeah, energy drinks.
Stay away from them. Stay away from them.
Yeah.
Energy drinks, yeah.
And the chef's wife cooks some very nice sardines that are spicy. They will
Went straight through, yeah?
no kill any bacteria.
Okay, because Isha is coming. Jazakumullah khair, Brother Charlie and Bilal, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you to come back here again. Saturdays. Yeah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for your educating us in the terms of nutrition and our health. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our Palestinian brothers and sisters who are suffering, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them patience and improve the conditions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for our sins and shortcomings. Allow all of us to do good, righteous deeds that are pleasing to Him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow all of us to meet the month of Ramadan and grant us the Jannatul Firdaus. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi wa astaghfiruhu wa atubu ilayh. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair. We'll see each other inshallah next week. Yeah.